Hello gamers and welcome back to another video. Today I platinum another crab's treasure and you might be wondering, what is this game? Well, this game is a jumble of joy and a lot of death. In short, it's just a baby Souls game and it's kinda fun. I kinda just want to stop playing this game since difficult games are fun and I like to see my pain and suffering. And as you can see, I did a lot of that. So make sure to subscribe, since at 300 subscribers I go sell my soul to the Elden Ring Platinum, and we all know how much fun that's gonna be. With that, the opening of the game brings us to a fish documentary where we meet the main character of the game, Krill. You see, Krill has been very bad in committing tax evasion, and the IRS is now on him. So yeah, that's fun. In order to pay back the taxes, he kinda needs to sell them his stuff, but he's kinda broke. So the loan shark steals his shell. We don't like that, so yeah. We gotta go get the shell back, since that's the whole plot of the game. Eventually though, we have to go through the tutorial, and that's pretty quick. We then get a fork, which is the main melee weapon of the game. And we kinda need to find a shell. Not our one, we need some random one, this god told us. So we went to this vending machine and we kinda got one. And with that shell we can go to the Jukes, which we need to go pay our taxes off up. Never mind, we gotta go find this guy here. So this is the first boss of the game and he's kinda easy but hard. I kinda suck at Soul-like games since this is my first one. So it went exactly how you would expect it. But don't worry, there's always second time's a charm, you know? It can't go any wrong. Oh, I'm dead again. Now that we've established I'm all for this game, we can continue on. With the third time I actually killed him, surprisingly. I really thought I'd be here longer. But oh well, moving on. Next up, we're gonna go to the Duchess Crab, and she tells us that if we go to this cave, we'll get this diamond that she wants. And if we get the diamond, she'll give us our shell back, so that's pretty fun. On the way to the cave, we meet this magic snail who starts teaching us Tsunami, which is the game's magic. And this is pretty cool since it allows us to have our shell's unique abilities. And these are fun to use and pretty useful as they can do so much more damage. The cave got a few enemies and we kill them all, but eventually we get to the Polluted Crab, which we need to kill in order to get another trophy, and it is relatively easy killing him on the second try, as he's just teaching you how to use these Tsunami tricks. On the way back to the Duchess, we find that something's different and that there's lots of pollution everywhere, and also the Duchess is kinda infected. And we gotta go kill the Duchess now. And I'll let you see how successful that was. I will say this music is kind of fire for this boss fight, so it made it all worth a while fighting. Yeah, everything was going great. As you can see, I don't really know how to parry or block with my shell, and I end up just breaking it completely. It's also a big issue since, yeah, I keep dying because of that. But over time, I probably got better, and I got this run eventually. Thankfully this is all done, and now we have to continue the story where we see the loan shark hiding in the corner of the arena, and then get introduced into the new area of New Carcinia, which is the main place of the game where you'll be able to buy and sell stuff and buy shell insurance later on. We're not going to go there now though, since we have to do one more boss that I missed out in the previous area, so here we're going to go. He's not that hard, you got a guillotine though, which is pretty cool. I didn't die to him, so yeah, it's pretty easy, and that's another trophy for us. With that, we went to New Cardia and we actually found our shell, which is with a prawn. And he kind of charges a bit outrageous 1 million microplastic for it, so we're kind of not going to be there at all anytime soon. While talking to the prawn, a world event had happened where trash fell from the sky and we found this cereal box in the main city. The Mafia then shows up, which something tells me they're going to be the bad guys later on, but like, I don't want to spoil anything, so who knows. They come up and basically say there's treasure, and if we follow the map, we can get the treasure and buy our shell. So that's what we're going to do. We also get a trophy for starting the hunt. And then we get a new area, which is the sand between, where we then get touched by this big crab that does a lot of damage. And I tried to fight him a few times, but found it was very unsuccessful. Therefore, I just kind of moved on from him and avoided him the whole time. I did then go back to the shell shop where I got some shell insurance, getting another trophy, so that's pretty good. Eventually I actually got away from the big crab, and using the tennis ball shell, I actually went to the swamp area where I had to go. Unfortunately here I kind of fell off the map and died to 4 damage. I did get a trophy, which is pretty good. Besides that, I moved on to the actual boss here, which is honestly really cool. It's a big black void. It's just got a lot of trash on him and just eats you up and sucks you into his big mouth where he'll crunch you up. He also has these little minions that he summons and has a bubonic plague every time you go near him. So some of these puddles here, they do a lot of damage if you get this plague. I had an absolute blast on this boss fight, and I'll show you some of the highlights that I found on this boss, and it was just great fun. This time, not even close. Easy boss fight. Easy, easy, easy. Yeah, so this boss fight wasn't that bad overall. Anyway, this is one of the pieces of the map that we had to get from him, and that's pretty good. That means there's 2 other bosses we'll have to get the map from in order to get the treasure. The next boss fight up is Intimidation Crab, which is the skill check boss of the game, kind of. He's really difficult in a sense, but honestly I found him the most enjoyable boss. He's very fair in a sense, and he's got a really cool second stage. And I'll show you some of the best highlights I found fighting him. He's also just a really cool design and a character. I mean, the guy right here is literally fighting you with chopsticks. It's absolutely peak. And even on second stage, he breaks him in half and becomes a lot more whacking with his abilities and his attack patterns. And that kind of threw me off guard a few times since it's a more aggressive playstyle. So I died a few times, that's it, just a few times. I kid you not, I was so pissed off with this fight. One shot, literally. This was the winning run though, which was pretty lucky I would say. But we got the trophy here, which is pretty good, and that's continuing on to the last boss fight for this map. And in order to get this map, we need to kill that big crab. It was touching me beforehand, so we need to go kill that. But we're kind of more leveled up now, so we should be okay. Before that though, I wanted to go complete this area, and I found this French shrimp. And as we know with the French, we had to completely slam them and make sure who's right. So we killed this shrimp and got another trophy, being easy with only a few deaths in the boss fight, only a few. He's now our friend, so that's pretty good. And we can kind of upgrade abilities now. Not our abilities, our super abilities, which I did not explain and I'm not gonna explain. They just do more damage, so yeah, that's that. Anyway, we're gonna go back to this boss fight, which was pretty easy on my redo, as I kinda got better at this game, and yeah, pretty it. When we're back at the main city, the old guy here tells us we gotta go to the polluted area, since I kinda forgot how to count. And the one map piece is over there, so that's exactly what we're gonna go do. Unfortunately, we also got jumped by Plankton, or the Squid Guy in this game, since the Mafia is pretty unhappy with us winning and getting closer to the treasure. So we had to do a little mini fight that we absolutely destroyed him in. Ignoring that, this is the polluted area, which is basically just a poison swamp biome. And for some reason, thinking about it now, I don't know why every single Soul Knight game has to have a poison biome. Like it's just unfun, but this place was not that bad. It was pretty good. The boss here is also pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And I'll show you the boss right now. The boss here was a steamballing crab which did some pretty funny things and kinda harassed me the whole time. Since once again I'm pretty bad and this was just glitchy at some points. Like I don't even know what happened here. This is just so random. He for the most part was just a breeze, died to like what 7-12 times. It's not that many. And it's pretty good, which is another trophy adding to the list. We got to record this boss fight, but it was just the twins which shot guns at you basically. It was relatively boring, nothing too interesting, and pretty easy doing it on my first try. That's another trophy there. And in the next area I spent 20 minutes learning how to use this metal spring to get to the next area, and it was just absolute hell. And just me being stupid and not learning how to tuck in. So yeah, that's pretty fun, and I'll never forget this moment here, showing my true IQ. In the next hour, I spent time exploring this helltop trash place, which honestly was kinda an okay area, but it wasn't the best experience. But the boss here is pretty fun. It's got some very interesting attack movesets that I don't think I should be discussing. Other than that, I killed it on my second try, making it not that hard, I would say. It's just pretty fine. But a very fun boss in general, I guess. It was cool design. I liked it. Killing this boss gives us a electricity ability, and we kinda needed to use this in order to power some boat where we go with our friends to find the treasure. As Roland, one of the bad guys, has been stealing it, and we actually have to fight him now. And this fight was, yeah, easy. It wasn't bad at all, but the cutscene's pretty cool where we see this. Krill the dumbass sees his treasure and rarely wants it, kinda making him go get the treasure and causing the ship to collapse and be sent into the eternal void, which honestly was not the best move on Krill, I will say. He could have done a few things, basically killing almost everyone in the void.
Don't fight. You will die like
yeah, Krill, he ain't doing too well. He's got depression now, and the voices are speaking to him a bit too much. And it's kind of getting to him in a bad way, making him a bit suicidal in a sense. That's probably why he's letting all these crabs kind of take over with him. Sadly, that was just a dream here, where he got saved by some other crab. And he kinda wakes up and realizes he can't be depressed no more, and he'll save the day. And this leads us to trying to escape the void, which was awful. It's just awful. That's all I can say. To summarize this whole area, it's just gonna be the darkness of void, where we see things like this. And we just have no sight. I also have no godforsaken idea how you navigate this area. And I spent 1 hour just trying to find the nearest checkpoint. And this is just horrendous. I don't even want to speak about this area. I'm just going to skip over it completely. Here's the void, and that's it. Nothing else. There was a boss fight. This is a boss fight here. I had lost it so much that I activated the Krill gun mode, which one-shots the boss. It got so bad. Mainly because these 2 achievements that I just did this for. But also, I did not want to just fight this boss. I didn't. It had a fake shell that I thought, oh, I can finally get a checkpoint, and I was not doing this run back. I was not. No. I wasn't. And that's exactly what I did here. When we finally got out of this godforsaken place, we actually fought Plankton again, where we could actually do the full-on killing. Yeah, he was very unhappy, and he kind of just killed Roland, and took over his leadership. But yeah, this is pretty cold. The boss fight? Good. I will say very fun. Died, but I won. It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable pattern. It was a good reliever for the hellhole I just went from beforehand. It was good. Here's a few of the deaths. And here's me getting the trophy for killing it. It was just a good change of scenery. I then decided to do some cleanup work where I got my fork to the max level and got some decorations, making myself Mr. Krill, which is probably one of the peak things about this game. It's just good. It's all. Also, the max fork is very OP and it'll help us a lot in the later bosses, which is only a few left. Approaching the end game for the bosses. We gotta fight this guy. I don't even know how to say this name since I'm stupid, and it's 3 AM while I'm editing this. So, this guy, not bad first stage, very fun. He's dead, we got a trophy, we can move on. This might be an issue. I have 2 healables, yeah, and I did not know there's a second stage. This game is a scammer. Whoever made these games are evil for making me think that this is actually done. So yeah, the reborn version of this character is kinda OP. And I will not be winning it this turn. In matter of fact, I would have been demolished, nowhere near close. So for the next 30 minutes, I'm gonna spend grinding this out, so here we go. You know, after playing this a few times, it wasn't that bad this stage. But it was okay. It was. So we jumped into the toilet, going to another area, which is the second or final one of the game, who knows at this point. And we find our friend is now corrupted by the voices. The voices are completely taken over, or the trash, don't know which one to be honest. Probably the voices, I say, maybe the trash, maybe the goop that's been going in the city the whole time, who knows. And then she murders Albert, one of our friends. This game went dark, I don't know why. This is a kid's Souls game, I don't know when we went into this crazy stuff here. Yeah, this boss is dead. Anyway, I should probably update you on the story of the game since I kind of forgot to tell you. We're kind of searching for this magic shell that could basically make you a god. And we kind of found the tier and this person was protecting it for some reason. Don't really remember why, but that's besides the point now. With that person dead, we can now touch the shell, save the game, basically all done to do the cleanup. Who the hell is this? Why is this guy? Oh my god, this prick has stolen our shell. And now we have to go fight him. He's a real true final boss for this game. Our best friend, which I didn't actually see this, and I also didn't tell you about it, so yeah, live stuff. Short story, he's gonna basically fill trash everywhere to give everyone money, but make them all diseased and have the voices. So we're gonna go kill them now and make sure he doesn't do that. So here's the boss fight, which is hard, to say the least.
What's the stick, pal? No, wait! Don't put that on!
Krill finally got what he wants and got the shell to save the world.
Let's talk about this like
We then walk around, everyone's got trash since shell exploded, lost clips, you know how it is, I'm unreliable. Yeah. So, we see the prawn that actually stole the shell, and we kind of put him back in his place, getting well, one of our last achievements for the main story. With Krill satisfied, I put him to work leveling up all his magic, and we did this pretty well. We got 3 trophies right here. Also went back to some of the places I didn't explore, and I killed 2 bosses that I missed, giving me 2 more trophies. And I didn't really die since I was kind of OP near the end, so it doesn't really matter. Here's the trophies. And I went on the hunt for some adaptations, like my claw. I had to go get it, so I got all of them from getting the spiky guy, and he kind of gave it to me. I had to then collect all the shells, which was a pain since it was like 20 I missed, and I'm not going to show you since this video is really 20 minutes, way too long. So here's the last shell, which is actually a 3-in-1 since the shell I picked up was a trophy. And here's all the trophies in the platinum. I kind of forgot to show this trophy when I killed the crab, so here's the counter going up. Here's the platinum popping. Probably forgot to count one of the trophies up, so here's 33. I promise you I did it, I just showed you the platinum right there. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. It's 3 AM right now, almost 4. I'm gonna go to bed, so subscribe right now, and yeah, I'll platinum Elden Ring. Bye bye.